All right, moving right along. We are on stage 4. This is actually, there's a mix-up on practice score. If you're actually like going through my scores on practice score, this is actually stage, it says this is stage 4, even though we did this as stage 5, but I'm gonna keep it true to practice score so it makes it easy for you guys. This one is called Stairway to Heaven. So GTI is a very unique range we go to because it's in a lot of buildings. It makes for a very unique tactical games experience. It's not like every other experience, and I was told that beforehand, and it was different. Like, not in a bad way, not in a good way, not like I don't like this anymore. It was just different, and that was good because we could test different things. And one of those things was stairs. There was so many, like, we don't have 9-story buildings in Kansas. Go figure, right? But there are some large buildings there. And so this one we had to go up and down to the 5th story and shoot from rifle, and that was a lot of stair runs. So let's jump into it. This is, again, like I mentioned, stage 4 in practice score, but this is kind of stage 5 overall if you were there competing. You're gonna start here. I'm gonna talk about the men's elite only, and then I'll get into the women's elite. We had a 30-pound ruck on. Your loadout is 3 mags of 6 pistol and 3 mags of 9 rifle. You're going to start here on the start-finish line. On the call of go, you will run up. It's like 40, 50 yards. Run up. Your target, your pistol target, was at 15 yards. And you had to shoot all 3 mags at your target. So let me grab the target real fast. Where was it at? Here it is. So you had to shoot all 18 rounds on these targets. Now you only have 3 magazines of 6, so you're gonna have to reload every 6 rounds, right? So you shoot 6 rounds, reload, shoot 6 rounds, reload, shoot 6 rounds, and you're done. This is our target we're shooting at 15 yards. What they're looking for is 6 in each target. So I dropped 4 or 5 here, I can't remember. I dropped 3 in this square. I don't even want to talk about it. It was just a stupid miss. So, stupid misses. But I dropped 4 or 5 there. Can't remember exactly. And then when you shoot all 3 of your 6 rounds, right, so you're done, you're going to retain your mags. You're going to grab your magazines that you already spent. You're going to clear your pistol, perform the clearing procedure, holster it, grab your 3 mags, stuff them in your pockets wherever you want to stuff them. You're going to retain them the rest of the workout because you're not coming back to this spot. So after you shoot all your pistol mags, you're now going to run up. And there's like an area over here, we'll call it a drop zone. Right in front of this big building, there's an area with all your sandbags. For the men's elite, we had an 80, a 60, and a 40-pound sandbag. They're all Go Ruck sandbags. You can grab whatever order you want. It doesn't matter. But you need, essentially what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab a sandbag of the 3, I don't care which one, go up to the 5th story, so 4 flights of stairs, 5 flights of stairs, right? Go up to the 5th story, and then you're gonna shoot your rifle on this target. This target is 65 yards away. Here is the target. We're shooting this at 65 yards. That is not an easy shot at 65 yards, right? So, shot at 65 yards, we were laying down, we were prone. There was some sandbags against the window. So we were essentially shooting out of a window, but we were prone. So it was just an open area with a bar across, it didn't fall through. But we essentially shot from a sandbag, a supported position at that target, 65 yards. After you got your sandbag up, let me back up for a second. So you grabbed your sandbag in the drop zone, right? Let's say you chose the 80, right? Grab the 80, put it on your back. I don't care how you want to carry it. You run up the stairs. You currently still have your rifle on you. So you ran up these stairs to the 5th story. Once you got the 5th story, there was another drop zone box here where you dropped your sandbag that correlated to your lane. I was lane 5. I dropped at my 5th lane spot. I then ran up to this window. I then loaded my first magazine of 9 rifle. I then shot all my 9 rifle on target. After I shot all my 9 rifle on one of those triangle targets, I then cleared my rifle. I then laid it down in a spot. And then I left my rifle there for the next couple of sequences. I left it there. I didn't go up and down the stairs with it every time. So after I left my rifle there, I then ran down with nothing, just my 30-pound ruck on, ran down, picked up another sandbag. So let's say I picked up the 60 now. Picked up the 60, brought that up the stairs, dropped it off in this drop zone, shot my second round of 9 rifle on a different triangle, and then cleared my rifle, laid it back down, ran down with just my ruck and my vest on, picked up my 40-pound bag, ran it up the stairs, dropped it off, shot my third and final rifle magazine. At this point, I've shot all my rifle, and I need to take everything back down. So I'm gonna pick up my rifle magazines that I laid out, retain them, grab my rifle, sling it, and then I have to take all 3 of my sandbags down to the drop zone. So right now, at that point, you're wearing a Men's Elite, you're wearing a 15-pound ruck, a 15-pound plate carrier, a 30-pound ruck, you have an 80-pound bag, a 60-pound bag, and a 40-pound bag, and you need to get down 5 stories. You're gonna drop all these sandbags off in this drop zone again, and then you're gonna run back to the start-finish line, and that's when time stops. This was a hard workout. This was tough, right? It was an enjoyable one though, for sure. It was just tough on the legs. There's a lot of stair running. How I approached it. Started off, ran up, already told you my misses. I missed 4 or 5 pistol there. I guess I missed 5, it's right here. I missed 5 pistol, stupid misses. We only had, the only thing I did not really like about this stage was the fact that there were really only 4 shooting spots up there. There was 5 of us in the heat, but there's only 4 shooting spots. Now, as soon as you got done with the first shooting sequence, because you're all kind of going to the same spot for the first time, but as soon as you got past the first shooting sequence and went back down to get your second sandbag, everyone was kind of in different spots of the workout. Therefore, you didn't have to fight over that 5th spot. But in the beginning of the workout, you didn't really want to fight for a spot, right? You want to get up there, get your shots off, and get out of there. So what I decided was I can choose this in any order, right? So when I got to the drop zone, I shot my pistol sequence probably a little faster than I should have because I wanted to get up there and have a spot. Ran over, everyone grabbed an 80-pound bag. I decided, no, I'm grabbing the 60. I want to be able to pick a middle bag, the moderate bag, get up the stairs as fast as possible and get my shots off and just get ahead. Because if I can just get ahead, then I never have to worry about fighting over one of the 4 spots available since there is 5 of us. So picked up the 60-pound bag, got up the stairs, dropped it off, shot my shots. And also, from a sportsmanship perspective, I don't like that there was only 4 spots available, but I want to make sure that everyone has a good time. So I told one of the guys, I said, hey, one of the guys in our heat is probably going to be a little bit slower up the stairs. I said, hey, my goal is I'll be done shooting before you get up there so you can have my spot. He was also supposed to be in the lane next to me anyway, so it made sense for him. All right, so I got up, dropped my 60-pound bag off, got my shots off even before the last final guy got up the stairs, so then he had a spot for him to shoot his shots. So then I went back down, grabbed my 80, came back up. So this is my second one right here. Grabbed my 80, shot my shots, went back down, grabbed my 40, went back upstairs, shot my final sequence, cleared my rifle, slung it, and then grabbed all 3 bags and took it downstairs. That sucked. Taking all 3 of those bags with a 30-pound ruck and a 15-pound plate carrier was pretty awful. The time cap for this workout was 15 minutes. I finished it in 12 something. I don't remember what it was. I think the next closest guy was 13 something. I did drop a total of 8 shots. So my final time was like 13, something in the middle, 13:30 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. That was good enough for first overall in Men's Elite. I don't remember where it placed in the, first in Men's Elite. It was not, I don't remember what the placement was for the overall position. The women's elite division, I believe, had to do a 60, a 40, and a 30 with a 20-pound ruck. So if you want to test that at home, that's what you should do. Obviously, unless you have stairs, very difficult to test. One thing to mention, the shooting was at an angle, right? So we were probably shooting, I don't even know, 15, 20 degree angle down, something like that. Probably more like 15. You need to make sure that you're measuring, right? So let's talk about this real fast. If this is where I'm shooting from, and this is my target, this is a right triangle, right? And this is, in terms of math, this is my hypotenuse, right? The longest part of my triangle. I don't care about this distance for my target, right? So I only care about this horizontal component, or your X, if you were looking at like a Cartesian coordinate graph. I only care about my X because that's the only distance that gravity imparts on it, right? So gravity is 9.81 meters per second squared. It only imparts, gravity only imparts on the bullet on the X coordinate, not on the hypotenuse. Therefore, I only care about the distance from X to my target, not the hypotenuse. So I saw some people probably miss a lot of shots, and 65 yards isn't that big of a deal. Like, it won't be that far off, but they'll miss a lot of shots because they'll look at line of sight distance, which is your hypotenuse, line of sight, instead of your X coordinate distance or horizontal component. And that's the only distance you really care when shooting at elevation, whether you're shooting up or down. So anyways, that was stage 4/5, whatever you want to call it. We're going on to the rope climb stage next.